Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel, NBC Stitcher. I'm Matt and this is Augie, and this is episode number 26. This is a YouTube channel and episode about cross stitch, and there'll be a little bit of book talk at the end, but not that much. And yeah, I've got a few things. I've got FFO, a couple new starts, and then some work on some stuff. It has been a little bit since I did my last video. Work-wise, I was gone for 2 weeks for work, and then I've been back this last week, and then I will be gone again starting Monday, or actually I'm leaving Sunday. So it's kind of, I'm trying to get this in before I leave, or it will be another like month, or well, not a month, but at least another 2 weeks before I do this. So anyway, and I have some haul too. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start off with my FFO. I showed off Blueberry a little bit ago that I had finished her, and I took her to the framers and got her framed, and this is what she looks like. So I really love this like dark wood simple choice that I made for the outside of it. I think it works really well with her, and I did not do glass, so it is without glass, and then I got this framed. We have a local framing and art supply store here in Tulsa called Ziegler's, and they've been here forever, or a really long time. And I've had several things framed by them, cross stitch and non-cross stitch stuff, and they always do a really good job. So I was very happy with that, and they're generally pretty quick. So you take it in, and then about 2 weeks later it's ready. So well, if 2 weeks is quick, but I couldn't pick it up in time right after 2 weeks because I was gone. So, but I did get it the Saturday after I got back. So she's hanging up. She will be hanging up in my bedroom. She's been up there for the last week, and I brought her down to show you all. I actually tried to put her up here to like during the video, but the nail for this piece is way higher, that she's not that long, so you could just kind of get like, she was cut off a lot in the frame, so I kind of moved it around. But yeah, I really love her. I'm very happy with that. It's one of the biggest, it's the biggest cross stitch piece I've had framed and finished, so I'm really happy to have her in a place where I can show her off and do all that. So okay, let's go ahead and get into some of my new starts. So, well, let's see. I have, speaking of Blueberry, there's a companion, at least one for now. I know that there's another one coming, but that piece is by, or the chart is by Rachel Moore, and her design name is Singy Stitch, and she has a companion to Blueberry called Watermelon. She's on Etsy, and that's where you can get her patterns. And so this is Watermelon that I have started as well. I started this one, well, the original plan was to start her on my birthday, but I was out of town and ended up not cross-stitching much while I was out of town. And so I didn't actually start her until I got back the next Friday, and this is my start so far. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. This is part of her hand, and then part of the her wrap that's the watermelon looking color, so some of the dark green there. And then this is on a 32 count Lugana. It wasn't named, but I'm pretty sure it's Wicked. It was a fabric of the month from Be Stitch Me, and I'm pretty sure that it's actually called Wicked, but it just didn't have that on the card that I had attached to mine. So that's how far I got on her, and these are the colors, so you can see, I mean, I think it's gonna look great on there. Ooh, uh-oh. Augie. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Okay, so that was, he's like trying to stick on. Corgis are not the most like small dogs, but they don't realize that sometimes, or at least he doesn't, and so he's like, likes to be on top of me, but he is pretty long, and there is a lot of him, so if I try to move, then obviously. Okay, so my other new start, which I just started this morning, oh, I didn't actually say what day it is. It's Saturday, June 5th, 2021, and I started this. This is part of a stitch along with Erica and Kristen and Kath from the Steel City Stitchers, and Catherine from Paper Crane Stitches, and me, and we're all doing some of the pieces from Cross Stitch from the Earth, the new Emma Cogden book that she released a couple, I think it came out in April, or maybe it was March, but anyway, we all kind of were enabled by some of each other to get this, and we picked one of the ones to start on this, and so I've gotten a tiny start. I'm using Jody fabric that Jody of the Steel City Stitchers dyed. I asked her, like, hey, can you make something that would look good for this? And it's a tiny start, so I don't have a lot going. I haven't even finished a full length, but that's the basic start there from the center. And so I think this is going to look great. This is a 36 count linen that I'm working on, and I'm using 2 strands over 2, and yeah, I really love this dark green. There's a little bit of like modeling to it. You can kind of see some of it, and it's kind of coming through. But that is that one, and I wanted to get it started so that I could actually like show you all, because I don't really have time to film tomorrow, and going out of town, and I just wanted to get a little bit going. Okay, so this is not the best for you right here, buddy, but that's okay. Okay, so then, as I said, when I was out of town, I did not get as much stitching as I had hoped for. I was in a trial working, and I've done that before, but it's been a while and I wasn't really stitching the last time I went to trial, so I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll have a little bit of time in the evening, and I did on a couple nights, but most of the time, by the time I got back to my room, it was just like sleep, and then get up early and finish getting ready for that day and getting ready for the next day and all that. So I took like way more projects than I even touched. I only really worked on one, and so as I'm going out of town for another trial, I'm going to take significantly less things with me this time, just because I don't think it's realistic that I'll touch all of those or many of them. So I'll go with what I started with, what I did work on, and I've worked on this more since then. But I've been working on my Dark Queen of the Sea stitch along from Autumn Lane Stitchery. This is on 32 count Joblin from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's the Bewitched fabric, which is the called for. And the part I finished, I finished what I'm doing for the corners. I used the manta ray conversion, and then I changed the color of the outside to be the dark blue etoile that I had in this swirl. So it kind of, I liked it. So And then I have been working on the coral and the tail, and I made my way to the bottom, and now I'm kind of like working my way back up, which is kind of the way I usually do that. So there's quite a bit. I'm more than, well, I finished part 7 and part 10 came out on Tuesday. So we've got, but I'm not doing just like part 8. I am just working on whatever I feel like working on, and then it will all get done. But yeah, I'm working on the tail, or the tentacle lower part, the octopus part that she has, and then there's this cool trident that I'm going to be making some changes to, and we've got the her tentacles around here as well that I am, now that I have a good idea of where all those are, that'll help me make my changes to the trident, because I'm not changing the whole color, but I'm trying to make it look like she has corrupted it or changed the gold to something different. Kind of go along with what I did with the other parts of her. So I do love the pattern. It's a lot of stitching at this point. I have a lot to do, but the last 2 parts have been very significant in the amount of stitches. And then I believe it looks like from what's shaded that we're gonna get, there's some tentacles over here that I think we're gonna get next month. And then the final month, which will be August, is going to be beading and backstitch. So there's been some backstitch as we went, but I think the majority of it will be at the end, and then with the beading. But I don't think that I don't know that there's going to be a huge amount of it. Where Erin has done it, it's been really good, and it's been pretty easy to do, so I will be doing it. It really does help it. But yeah. This is iced tea, in case you're like, why are you drinking a yellow liquid or a like tan colored liquid in a cup from a bar at 8 or 9:45 in the morning? It's iced tea. I been running low on things in my fridge, and I had iced tea, so I put it in the glass instead of having something else. Okay. I also did a little bit more work. This was before I left on my trip, but I did work on my Heaven and Earth design. The Intimate Encounter with art, where is the title. The artwork is by Sandra Santera. And then this is, I've been kind of working more on filling back in this diagonal. And I like, of the 2 Hades that I've been working on, this one is definitely less confetti, so like there's a lot more chunks of color, and so it's a lot easier to kind of get good progress without having to put in a new color every single, as often. And so I've been kind of working more on this one, and I like working on it. But yeah, this is it's a 28 count Lugana with a Easy Guide. It's the 10 stitches one. I think it's Easy Guide or Easy Grid, whatever. And then, yeah, with the DMC. So, and yeah, there's a lot of like threads in different places. If you go back to my video from last week, or last time I made a video, I kind of walked through how I do this. And so, okay, the neighbor's dogs are out and he can see them, so I apologize. No, baby, it's okay. Yeah, they're not coming here. Yeah. Because there's you can see through the parts of the fence. It's a chain link fence back there. Okay, now I also worked a little bit on my Sumatra, Forest of Sumatra by Ink Circles. And just a little bit more. I kind of worked this up here and have been starting, or get a little bit more progress on this. This is a 36 count linen in Toast by Stitchy. And this is with the Called For Floss, which is Sumatra by Gloriana. It says silk. And so, yeah, I took this with me to my family's Memorial Day stuff. We did that last Monday, and it's also, we did my birthday and my stepdad's birthday are a day apart, so we did our birthday stuff there, my grandparents, and then we played games and like card games, so Phase 10 specifically, and I got a little bored, so I pulled it out and was stitching while playing Phase 10 for a part of it. I didn't do it the whole time, but yeah, so got some progress on there. This is my Castles in the Air by Long Dog. I haven't worked on this in a while, but I worked on some of the middle part, but I'm also moved up here to kind of work on this top middle page. This is on a 32 count linen by Stitchy Me in Toast, same as the one before. It's a little different color, but or a little lighter. And then this is with a Silks for You PRO 75 is the color. Beautiful blue color to it. This is one of my Whip Go pieces for June. I had started this as part of the Long Dog Leap Day Sal with Erin 2 Martini Stitcher, and wanted to, I just didn't pull it out and work on it every month. I worked on it some. I got most of the stitches in the middle page, and then it got to doing the black work and the back stitching, and that took a lot more, and I didn't really want to do it. So I kind of moved up here. I got part of this owl done, and then I'm just kind of working my way up. But the plan is, my goal is to get 2 pages done. This is for the year, not like right now, but I am getting some work on it and kind of moving it forward. I would like to have it done by the next leap year, which means I really do need to work on this a lot more than I have been. But it's a great project. I just need to pull it out and work on it. So, yeah. And then my last whip, I think I worked on this some since I showed it last time. I'm pretty sure I did. But this is Cleopatra by Bella Filipina Designs, Cleopatra Queen of the Nile, and this is what she looks like. And I did, I feel like the floss is coming out in the back, yep. So we're just gonna pull that. Okay. And yeah, it's like this. Okay, so here's how far I got, and I just kind of did some different, most of this right here, this is the back of her chair, of her throne, and then this is part of her arm, and then this is like the pole next to it. So her body is over here, and I've been kind of working on some of that. But yeah, that's how far I got. This is a 32 count linen in Blood Orange by Stitchy Me. And I am not 100% sure on my skin conversion yet. I darkened her up a little bit from the Called For, but I may want to do it a little bit different. I'm kind of waiting to see how that looks. Kate, Stitchy Aardvark, she just started hers and did a skin conversion as well, and it's really pretty. She's really a lot bronzier, and that may be kind of, I may frog this and go with her conversion if I don't like the way this is looking. But I'm not going to do all of her skin before I make that decision. I'm kind of working around it for now, and some of the like jewelry and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I did that, and that's the end of my whips and my stitching. I mean, I've got haul stuff to show, but so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, Augie, I gotta let you down because there's some more stuff. Oh, I'm so covered in here. All right. So before we get into the stitching haul, I wanted to show a little bit of books and some things. I said I was out of town for that trial. I was in Oklahoma City, which is about 2 hours away, hour and 45 minutes. And I went to school in Norman, which is just south of Oklahoma City. So I've been to Oklahoma City a lot before, but it was, and during trial, wasn't really much to, didn't really get a whole lot of chance to do stuff until like the weekend. So it was a 2-week trial. I had the weekend. I didn't come back here. My boyfriend came down to Oklahoma City and we spent that. It was also my birthday that weekend. And so we did some stuff around town. I got to go to my favorite Japanese restaurant and enjoyed that. But we went to some little places. He lived in Oklahoma City for quite a few years, and so we went to some places that he remembered, and some place, including this little art shop. It's mostly local, but it's all handmade stuff, called DNA. DNA. I can't remember the name of it. It has DNA in the name. I'll put it in the drop-down box because I don't remember it, in case you're in Oklahoma City. But they do a lot of like handmade, well, it's all handmade, but a lot of it is local artists, and then just some different things. And I found a couple things, one of which was this cool enamel tile thing. I mean, it's to hang up on the wall. So, but this cool fox. There were several different animals like this, and they had different sizes. And this is by Greg White Illustration, and that may be a corgi. I didn't notice that, but he's got his stamp on the back there, and it may be him on a motorcycle with a corgi behind him, which would be kind of cool. It's at least a dog. But it looks like a corgi to me. Anyway, I liked this little fox, so I bought him, and he's gonna hang up somewhere in this room. Probably not right here, but I haven't figured out exactly where I want to put him yet. One of the other things we went and did was, there is a great local bookstore called Full Circle Books in Oklahoma City. Went there and browsed around. They had something going on. Somebody was performing, like singing some music and stuff. I wasn't really there for that part, but I mean, I wasn't there because of that. I wanted to go to the bookstore. But I got a couple things. First of all, I got a copy of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I have read several times in audio form, and I wanted to have a physical version of it to put up on my shelf. And it's a great book. It's wonderful. I loved it, and yeah, I talked about it before, but it is a romance, gay romance book, and you have, the main characters are Alex, who is the son of the President of the United States, and Henry, one of the princes of England. He's like, it's not like our current versions of this, but and they kind of don't like each other, but then they really like each other, and it's a whole thing. But it's really good. It's a great book. It's really funny. It makes you laugh a lot. It's great. And then I also picked up this book by Christopher Moore. It's called Shakespeare for Squirrels. This is what, like, I think the author had come there, but they had several signed copies by the author, and so I have enjoyed his books before. I haven't read this one, but it's the bookmark they give you. So this is Full Circle Books. They're great. But I have picked up the audiobook of this is, I think, the third one in this series. I have read several of his other books, and he's a comedic. They're funny. They're not super serious, but they deal with fantasy, but in like I don't know how to explain it, but they're good. I really enjoy him, and yeah, so I picked that one up. I have another set of books to show. I did not buy these at Full Circle, but they came in. I've talked about Brandon Sanderson before. He's my favorite author, and he is releasing he has released a fancy leather-bound version of the Way of Kings, which is the first book in his Stormlight Archive, which is a epic fantasy series, and they do. It's, I think, 10 years old now, but that series is great. I love it. And he's been doing leather-bound versions of a lot of his books over the last 8 years or so, or maybe more than that. But for this one, he was like, because it's such a big book, they have to do it in 2 volumes for a leather-bound. And so there was some question of, would people really want that? Is that something that they would do? And so he did a Kickstarter for it, and it sold out instantly. And he added more, but it was like, well, you won't get them by this last Christmas, and so it'll be coming sometime this year. But by the time I got in, it'll be coming sometime this year. But there are different add-ons and things that came with it, one of which was a hard copy of Dawn Shard, which is it's a novella from the same series. It takes place between books 3 and 4, and then we have a original, or the first, what's it called? This is the 2002 alternate version of The Way of Kings. So before he actually published it, he wrote a version of it that did not get published, and the story's changed quite a bit since this version, but it was one of the things that, if you order the fancy leather-bound book, you'll get these copies. There's also a poster and some other things that are I do have the poster, but I don't have it hung up somewhere. But yeah, so a few cool things to my book haul and other haul. Okay, and then cross-stitch haul. There's definitely some things. Okay, so I placed an order with Bestitch Me a month ago or so, and it came, and I ordered a few things. Not really for a project, but just, oh, I want to get a piece of that and some things. So this is Tea Leaf, one of her beautiful color combination pieces, and this is on a 36 count linen. Yeah, because the colors, I wanted something that would definitely show the colors versus if I did a Lugana or a Joblin, it would be a lot more, not as vibrant, and so I went that route, and I really do like this piece a lot. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but and then I bought a piece of Tree Hugger in 16 count Ada because I was like, I need more dark green or some just different greens, and I think this is a great color. I have a piece of Verdal in this that I'm doing my 100 Owls from Owl Forest that I have not worked on in forever, but I did want to get another piece of this, so I got 16 count Ada on that one, and then my fabric of the month from Fortnite Fabrics came for May, and this, I'm in the Duo Club, and this is Bonnie and Clyde, and this is a 32 count Lugana. So that's a really beautiful piece as well. Yellows and purples, great colors. And okay, my Threadworks nest egg came, and so I'll do the names and my little commentary on this. Okay, so first of all, we have 1011, which is Indian Tapestry. Beautiful turquoise, purple, and brown variegation, or like a caramel color brown. 01551, this is Indian Turquoise, a beautiful turquoise variegation from light to dark. 1146, Indian Skies, which is kind of a tan, well, like cream tan color. 1063, which it will. Okay, well, she said it will ship in June, but I have it. So this is Irish Cream. So 1063, which it's a nice light to dark green, mostly light, like kind of like a creme de menthe kind of color it looks like to me, which is probably what. 11171, Into the Woods. This is a like light gray cream to taupe kind of color. 1113, this is Indian Summer. So that's got like cream, a green, and a brown to it. Variegation. 161. This is not on there. Oh yeah, it is. Jillian's Sugar Plum. It has a 0 in front of it for some reason on the card. So this is a pink and fuchsia kind of color. It's really pretty. 10383, Japanese Iris. This is a beautiful purple and light blue color. 1147, Japanese Water Garden. Okay. Well, it's a cream and tan, like a. I don't know why that's Japanese Water Garden. It's kind of like a lily, maybe, like, but like, I don't know. That one I don't get the name to the color. So, anyway, there's those. I also got my Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month that came in, and I get 32 count Joblin, and this is Stonehenge, which is the neutral colorway. It's a beautiful gray. Some modeling on it. And then the colorful one is Phoenix, which is one that she's had before. I didn't have it. Well, I've got some pieces of it, but I got it from Friday Night Fight Night, not from a Fabric of the Month. So it's beautiful. I love this color. It's great. 32 count Joblin. And yeah, so and then not done. Oh well, I'll show these. Okay, I ordered from, I think it was 123 Stitch. I ordered some beads for watermelon. There's just 2 beads in hers, so there's a light green and a dark green. So I got those, and then I also got a couple patterns. I got Blue Velvet from Ink Circles. This was one of the ones she released for the Needlework Expo. That's kind of sorry. I'll get this out. There you go. So it's a nice mandala. It kind of goes with her red velvet from before. I don't know how long ago that she did that one. I'm guessing more than a year ago. And it's the called for is a Sulky Threads, and I got that as well. So that's this one, the spool. It's a variegated blue. The color number is 712. No, that's not right. 4055. And so I got the thread to do that, and yeah. I have used some Sulky on my strawberry cow. I'm pretty sure I showed that last time. And the Moo the Merrier stuff, and so that it's very easy to work with. It's thicker that you use one strand instead of, you know, pulling out two strands from a six. It's single stranded, and it's thicker that you would use one strand on, you know, 16 or 14 count or more, you know, and then it works pretty good on 32 or 36 too. Okay, then I bought two of the Nora Corbett newer pixies. These are both actually part of the what does this say? Yeah, it doesn't say which. Bridal Bliss Pixies. Yep. So I didn't. There have been several of these out. I think there's at least four of them. I bought two of them that I liked. So this first one is Primrose Bridesmaid, which is a nice one. And then I have Gladiola Maid of Honor, which is this one. And I just like those. So I got those. I don't really have any plan to start them anytime soon. But yeah. And then Brandy at Be Stitch Me had a Friday Night Fight Night a couple, like towards the beginning of May, where it was her space fabrics themed, and I got a 50-yard skein of Nexus, which is one of her, it's a beautiful black, teal and purple variegated silk. And then I bought two of her space fabrics. So first I got a 32 count linen that's opalescent in the Cosmos colorway. And this is this one. Beautiful. Gorgeous. And I definitely chose to get the linens because the even weaves would not be as vibrant as this. And then I got a piece of Galaxy and 36 count linen, also opalescent. And this one's a little bit more, not as dark, I guess, not as much black, but it's still gorgeous. It's still pretty. It's amazing. I love both of these. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with them yet, but definitely something. As it goes. Yeah, so I have been, you probably noticed, like, it's a lot more linen than you're usually used to buying. I have been getting more linen, especially on things that I want like a particular color on. I have been enjoying stitching on linen on different things, and yeah, so it's really now about the color. Sometimes pieces that, especially that I need to count pretty far, I definitely like the Ada because it's still easier to count that way on Ada than, you know, on an linen or an even weave for that matter. So that's the last of my haul. It's only 40 minutes, so we're looking good. Book talk. Aside from the haul that I did earlier, I've got a few things. So I have been doing, well, I just finished the Shadow and Bone series, the trilogy. And I don't remember their names of the other books in there, but the second and third book with Elena and Mal, and the Darkling for that matter. So I have finished those three and enjoyed them. And I have been told that I really should read more of the Grishaverse aside from just those. The Crows books are really good. And seeing the show, that I'm very interested in that. So those, I picked up those. I haven't started them yet. I actually went back and started listening to A Natural History of Dragons again, which is the Marie Brennan series about a natural historian investigating dragons in an alternate world. It's not ours, but it's kind of like a Victorian era England. It's not England. It's very much like it's a different world. So it's not like they have different names for all of the places. They have a whole different thing. But it comes across as very England-like. So I really do enjoy it, that series, and just wanted to go back into it again. And then aside from that, I finished up the Rebecca Roanhorse books that were the urban fantasy, but I'm pretty sure I talked about those last time. So I've been kind of listening to more podcasts and getting caught back up on some of those that I listen to, and so that's probably why I don't have as many books to talk about. Also, didn't have a lot of extra time the last 2 weeks, or 2 of the last 3 weeks, and so it hasn't happened. Augie, you don't need to make so much noise with your bone. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so I don't really have anything to show. I don't think. Hold on, let me check my Audible. Nope, I don't have anything else that I've recently finished, so that's it. I am planning to read some more of the Crows books. I also picked up the How Y'all Doin' by Leslie Jordan, because he's hilarious, and I wanted to listen to that book, and some other things. So when I get more stuff done, I will come back and talk about that. But that's pretty much it. As far as plans go, I'm going to keep working on Dark Queen. I'm also working on my In Between Two Pines, one from the Emma Cogden book, and just keep on. I don't really have anything planned to start soon. I've got a few things that I was kind of thinking of starting in May, and then that didn't happen, and so but I'm not really itching to start more stuff. I'm kind of itching to get some progress on things. Dark Queen is probably the closest thing I have to like a big thing finished. I mean, I can't finish it completely because we don't have all the parts yet, but there's not much left to come out, and so I'm pretty consistently working on that one, and then probably my Castles in the Air. The other WIPGO goal for this month that came out is Lady Justice, to spend 8 days on her. This will not be 8 days when I am gone in trial, because that will not be much on any of those days, if anything at all happens. But I do want to work on her, but I don't, even with 8 days, I'm not going to get to a point where I could get close to a finish. It's still pretty early. But I will work on that one as well. And then I need to get back to my letters, my alphabet, fantasy alphabet. So that's kind of my plans and where I'm at on everything. And yeah, so when, if you all, always forget to do this to the end, but thank you for everybody that watches and subscribes and likes and comments and all of that. I really do appreciate especially the comments and the messages on Instagram and that kind of stuff. I do enjoy the interaction with people. I've made a lot of friends through this and virtual stitchers, and it's a great, that's why I do this, not anything other than that. But anyway, so I appreciate that from everybody, and if you liked what you see, go ahead and subscribe if that's what you want to do. Give me a like, comment, and message me on Instagram or follow me there, and we'll keep on stitching and hope you have a great, wonderful summer. Well, I'll be back before the end of the summer, but it'll be at least 2 weeks because I'm not going to do this next weekend, and it'll probably be a little bit more closer to late June before I get back here. So, all right, everybody, have a good one. Bye.